If you're watching this video because you're worried about your cat right now, take a breath. Not every sign we're about to cover means the worst. Many of these signs overlap with treatable illness, and knowing the difference can genuinely make all the difference. But if your cat truly is nearing the end of their life, understanding what's happening and why can help you feel less afraid and more present for them during this time. In this video, we're going to walk through the physical and behavioral signs that often appear in a cat's final days or weeks, explain the deep evolutionary instinct behind some of this behavior, help you understand the difference between dying and treatable illness, talk through how to keep your cat comfortable, discuss the difficult decision around euthanasia, and finally, talk about coping with the loss itself. This is a hard topic. We're going to treat it with the care it deserves. Physical signs. Let's start with the physical signs that often appear as a cat's body begins to decline, whether from age, illness, or organ failure. Decreased appetite and thirst is one of the most common and earliest signs. As the body's systems begin to slow down, a cat's interest in food and water naturally diminishes. Weight loss often accompanies this decreased appetite, sometimes becoming quite noticeable, particularly in cats dealing with underlying conditions like kidney disease or cancer. Changes in body temperature are another significant sign. A cat's extremities, their ears, paws, and tail, often become noticeably cooler to the touch. Breathing changes are also commonly observed. This can present as breathing that becomes slower, more shallow, or more labored and irregular. Changes in heart rate often accompany these breathing changes, with the heart rate typically slowing. Loss of coordination and mobility frequently appears as well. A cat nearing the end of life may struggle with balance or show general weakness. Changes in elimination habits are also common, including a decrease in urination and bowel movements. Decreased grooming is another sign worth mentioning. A noticeable decline in grooming resulting in a dull or matted coat often signals that a cat no longer has the energy for their usual self-care. It's important to emphasize, experiencing one or two of these signs in isolation doesn't necessarily mean a cat is actively dying. Many can also appear with treatable conditions, which is why veterinary guidance remains so important. These physical signs don't often appear in isolation, but tend to build gradually and overlap with one another. This progression is fairly typical, though the timeline can vary enormously, from days to many weeks or months. Age itself also plays a role. Older cats may show a slower, more gradual accumulation of these changes, which is part of why regular veterinary checkups become increasingly valuable as cats age. Behavioral signs. Beyond the physical signs, there are also several behavioral changes owners frequently observe. Increased hiding and silation is perhaps the most widely recognized sign. A cat who previously enjoyed shared spaces may begin seeking out secluded, quiet areas. Withdrawal from social interaction often accompanies this. Cats who previously sought affection may become less responsive. Decreased activity and lethargy is another significant shift, spending significantly more time resting with little interest in play. Changes in vocalization can go either direction. Some cats become quieter, while others may vocalize more. Confusion or disorientation is sometimes observed as well, particularly in older cats. Loss of interest in favorite activities is another noticeable shift and can be one of the more emotionally difficult signs for owners to witness. Seeking unusual closeness in some cases is worth mentioning too. Some cats, rather than withdrawing, instead seek out increased physical closeness during this time. Every cat's experience during this period is somewhat unique, shaped by their individual personality and their relationship with the people around them. A cat's typical baseline personality can influence how noticeable these changes appear. Owners who know their cat's normal patterns well are often better positioned to notice these meaningful shifts, even subtle ones. Hiding to die. Let's take a closer look at one of the most commonly discussed and often misunderstood behaviors, the tendency for cats to hide when they're nearing the end of their life. This behavior has deep evolutionary roots, tracing back to a cat's fundamental identity as both predator and prey in the wild. An animal that is visibly weak becomes a significantly easier target for predators. Because of this instinct, cats have evolved a strong instinctual drive to conceal signs of weakness whenever possible. Seeking a hidden location serves a very practical evolutionary purpose. It reduces the likelihood of detection during a time when the animal is at their most defenseless. This same instinct applies broadly to illness in general, which is part of why cats are so remarkably good at hiding pain compared to many other animals. Understanding this instinct can help reframe how we interpret hiding behavior. It's not a cat pulling away emotionally, it's a deeply ingrained survival mechanism, one that exists independently of a cat's actual feelings toward the people around them. Many veterinarians recommend respecting this instinct to a reasonable degree while still ensuring the cat has access to food, water, and comfort. This hiding instinct doesn't mean a cat no longer wants their owner's presence. Sitting quietly nearby, speaking softly, this can often still be meaningfully appreciated, even by a cat who is withdrawn. Dying versus treatable illness. It's critically important to address a key distinction. Many of these signs can also indicate a treatable illness rather than an irreversible decline. Conditions like hyperthyroidism, diabetes, and dental disease can produce very similar symptoms. Many of these, particularly when caught early, are genuinely treatable. This is why bringing your cat to a veterinarian remains one of the most important steps you can take, even if you're afraid of what the answer might be. These categories aren't always perfectly distinct. Some cats live with chronic, ultimately terminal conditions for an extended period, sometimes months or years before their quality of life declines significantly. It's completely understandable to feel afraid of seeking veterinary care during this time, but avoiding this step doesn't change the underlying reality of your cat's condition. Some owners describe a feeling of already knowing even before a formal diagnosis. This intuition can be valuable, though it should still be paired with professional evaluation. Financial considerations, unfortunately, can also play a role. Having an honest conversation with your veterinarian about your constraints often leads to a more collaborative, realistic care plan. Once your veterinarian has confirmed your cat is in genuine decline, there are several meaningful ways to help keep them comfortable. Providing easy access to essentials, food, water, and the litter box located close to wherever your cat is spending most of their time. Offering soft, supportive bedding in a warm, quiet location. Maintaining a calm, low-stress environment, minimizing loud noises or sudden changes. Gentle, non-intrusive companionship, sitting quietly nearby, speaking in a soft voice, offering gentle petting only if they seem receptive. Working closely with your veterinarian on pain management. Modern veterinary medicine offers options that can significantly improve quality of life. Maintaining hygiene support, gently helping keep their coat clean. Respecting their space and instincts, allowing your cat to choose their preferred resting location. And monitoring for signs of pain, since cats are naturally inclined to mask discomfort. Remember, the goal of comfort care isn't necessarily to extend life at all costs, but to maximize your cat's comfort for whatever time remains. When to consider euthanasia. This is perhaps the most difficult topic we'll cover, but it's important to address thoughtfully. Many veterinarians encourage owners to think in terms of overall quality of life. Is your cat experiencing consistent, unmanageable pain? Are they still able to engage in behaviors that bring them contentment? Some veterinarians recommend keeping a simple daily journal, tracking good days versus difficult days, which can help provide a clearer picture over time. There is no universally right time for this decision. What matters most is having honest conversations with your veterinarian. Many owners describe grappling with the fear of deciding too early, weighed against the fear of waiting too long. This is an incredibly difficult balance. What many veterinarians emphasize is that choosing euthanasia when quality of life has genuinely declined is often understood as a final act of compassion and love. Many veterinary clinics now offer at-home euthanasia services, allowing this process to happen in a familiar, comfortable environment. Some owners find it meaningful to be present, while others find that too difficult. Both choices are entirely valid. Coping with pet loss. Whether your cat has already passed or you're anticipating this loss, the grief that follows is genuine and deserves to be acknowledged. Recognize that pet loss grief is legitimate grief. The loss of a pet who has been a consistent presence in your life represents a genuine loss deserving of real grief. Allow yourself to experience the full range of grief without judgment or a timeline. It's completely normal to experience waves of sadness, anger, or even relief. Consider creating a meaningful way to honor your cat's memory. Seek support if you need it. Reaching out is a healthy response, not a sign of weakness. We've covered a lot of difficult ground in this video, from the physical and behavioral signs of decline to the instinct behind hiding, to comfort care, the euthanasia decision, and finally, coping with the loss itself. If you're currently going through this with your own cat, please know that your love and care for them throughout this process matters deeply, even during the hardest moments. If you found this video helpful, or if you'd like to honor a cat who has passed, feel free to share their name in the comments. And if you'd like more thoughtful content on cat health and behavior, consider subscribing. Take care of yourself, and take care of your cat.